Hello, Air Squad! Welcome back for another episode of Diamond Chat. If this is your first time viewing in, thanks. I would love to have your support. So if you can, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right down below. And also, make sure you hit that bell notification so you don't have to miss any new episodes of Diamond Chat that I am serving up. I am, of course, the original Nikwa, here to give you all of the tools that you need to empower you and strengthen you and keep you encouraged in this life's journey, even in your journey of being on a weight, whether you're abstinent, celibate, virgin. You can always tune into my channel. I'm always giving and dropping those nuggets of wisdom that we need as we are in this weight, because we need it. And as we continue to go forward, I have been talking about the different shoppers that are in our lives. And like I've said previously, these shoppers can apply to, your friendships, to dating, to work relationships, to life in general. All of these different shoppers that we continue to talk about will help you in making and forging those connections, and as you continue to go forward, and maybe even help you analyze, and assess the friendships and the relationships that you have connected to you right now. So we've already talked about the window shopper. We've talked about the potential buyer, and today on this episode we are talking about the buyer. Hello. The buyers are the bomb.com. And if you have buyers in your circle, you should really appreciate them, as well as make sure, as I say this, even though I know I'm talking about using this to kind of discern and see what shoppers other people are in your lives, you can also use this as a self-learning tool for yourself to see what type of shopper are you in your friends' lives, what type of shopper are you and the relationships that you have and the connections that you have with people, whether it's through work, whether it's through your personal one-on-one time, your interactions. Use this not only as a blueprint for people around you, but also use it as a blueprint for yourself. These different shoppers will keep you in line and keep you in check with yourself and how you are projecting off to others as well, because if you can't do a good self-analysis of yourself to make sure that you're a good investment and that you're someone that someone can invest in, make sure that you're able to be a good investment to be able to invest into someone else. So that is something that I just felt like I needed to say. But let's go ahead and get into talking about the buyer. So buyers in your circle are the people that get it. They understand it. They respect your weight. They understand what you're going, they may not necessarily understand what you're going through, but they have the compassion and the understanding to motivate you and push you as you continue to go forward in your weight. These are the people that understand and respect the value and the level of what you have placed on your weight. They are the people that understand the responsibility of what goes into being connected to you, per se. And if I can think about it, it's just like anything else. Whenever you go to buy something, at least for me, whenever I go to buy something, I've done the necessary research to understand the product or object that I'm buying. I understand the responsibility that comes along with it. This is something that I've taken the time to really study, understand the background of it, and it's something that I want. And because I know that I can afford it, I've done all the necessary steps before even buying it. And because I've bought it now, I am going to respect it. I'm going to be responsible with it. I'm not going to just let it be tossed to and fro. And that's important, when it comes to your friendships. That's important when it comes to the connections and the relationships that you make, to understand that people are only going to value you the way you see you. So if you don't value yourself as a high prize, or value yourself with a lot of self-love, a lot of self-confidence, how do you expect someone else to do the same, right? But if we're carrying ourselves in that way, if we're loving ourselves, if we're showing the value of who we are, why our weight is so serious to us, and why we respect it and love it so much, whoever is going to buy into you, they have no choice but to respect it. They have no choice but to understand the responsibility that comes with you. They can handle your weight, so to speak. They can handle the weight. It's not an issue. And you have those friends and those people along on the journey. They've taken the time to get to know you for who you really are. They've taken the time to really understand your why and why you have decided to wait for whatever reason, and they respect it. They think it's dope. They're continuing to motivate and encourage you as you continue to go on, but at the same time you're continuing to motivate and encourage them. Those are the solid foundational people in your lives that you don't have to ever worry about them being intimidated or disrespecting your weight or trying to make you compromise who you are and the value and the standard that you set forth. So those people are the mains. Those are the backbone that kind of helps keep you going. And I say, to me, the buyers are so important because there's times where, and understanding that the buyers in your life may not necessarily be on a weight either. They may be in a weight too. It all just depends on their life's journey. But understanding that a buyer doesn't necessarily have to be on the same life journey as you to invest in and want to be connected to you. And I can say, for me, the buyers in my family, the buyers in my circle, they are typically the ones that help keep me motivated and encouraged and strengthened the most. The buyer is always going to remind you of your value, I would say. And there's times, where it is tough, or there's times where I may hear backhanded comment about something, and I can just vent and let it out to one of my buyers, and they just really remind me and encourage me. They remind me while I'm on my weight. They may throw some shade and be petty, like, oh, they're just hating, or oh, they're just jealous, or whatever, but the buyers are always the ones that when you may want to throw in the towel, they remind you why you're not going to throw in the towel, nor are they going to let you throw in the towel, because they've respected and seen what you've done and how you've grown and how you've progressed, that they won't let you. They will not, your buyers will never let you discount yourself. Your buyers will never make you feel as though you were less than. They get it. They understand. Your buyers are the ones that help to make sure that there's good diamond quality within you. And that is something that I will talk about in a later video, is there's 4 C's to diamond quality, which is carat, color, cut, and clarity. And your buyers help you with those 4 C's. And like I said, we'll talk about those in a later video. But I think that's all I can really say, is that buyers are dope. They're the most important people, I feel like, in your life, and they're just great. That's what they do. They anchor you down. They support you. They buy into who you are. You don't have to be anything less. You don't have to be anything more. They respect you, and they understand the value of who you are, and they respect the value of your weight, and they help you to continue to always just be authentic and be you. And at the end of the day, your job is to help them be authentic and be them as well. So that's all on the buyer. And like I said previously, let's make sure, even though, like I said before, even though we're using this to assess others, let's just make sure that we're also being a good investment into others. Because if we're so focused on us, and we're not focusing on the people around us and the type of impact and influence that we're making, heck, for all I know, we could be a window shopper in someone else's life. And that's not fair. If we're wanting to have buyers around us, we have to be able to be a buyer as well. So, yeah, that's all that I have to say. If you have buyers in your circle, just text your friends, your family, the ones that are buyers, and just say, you know what, thank you. I appreciate you. And they don't have to know why, but just tell them thank you and that you appreciate them riding on this journey with you, because trust me, this journey is not easy, but it's always a blessing when you have people around you that support and understand where you're coming from, why you go as hard as you do, why you do what you do, and that's it. So that's all that I have for today. But I pray that you all have a good rest of the week. Continue to stay strong and encourage. If you haven't already, make sure you go look at the other videos about the different shoppers as we continue to go forward in our series. I love you all, and I pray you all nothing but greatness and prosperity. Also, make sure you go ahead and follow me on social media at StaniquaC or at Diamondeir, so you can stay up to date on what's going on in the social media world when we're not doing YouTube, all of the fun stuff that goes on in our everyday lives. So thank you all. Love you.